If you look at Europe at the moment, you have, first of all, capital is cheaper. That really does matter. So if you look at the trend of where euro rates are going versus dollar rates are going, you can fund and finance things cheaper here. Secondly, valuations are cheaper, so you can buy great companies for less. Thirdly, I think the innovation cycle is really, really growing exponentially in Europe at the moment. So if you look at, we were just talking about it. I was in Stockholm last week. You look at Tech Week happening in London at this point in time. You look at what's happening in Switzerland, in Berlin. There's an enormous number of highly innovative companies that are growing in a disruptive and global way coming out of Europe, as well as, of course, out of North America. So if you have the ability to find those companies and invest in them, I think the opportunity set here is great. It's hard to do, though, because you need the French speaker and the Italian speaker and the Spanish speaker and so forth in order to address the market. You don't fly in as easily from California or New Jersey to do it.
It's such an interesting point, and something that came up in Berlin as well, the high barriers to entry to doing business in Europe, because it's not one uniform market. You don't do a deal the same way in Northern Europe as Southern Europe, and it requires so much local EQ, was the way one investor put it there. Are you seeing increased competition, though? It feels like suddenly the private equity industry has realized that there are so many opportunities like the ones you described here, that they're now putting in the work to become more conversant in all these different regions.
I joined our firm in 1996, and the talk in town at the time was the European-based players, us and others, were kind of finished because KKR was wheeling in and TPG was wheeling in and so forth. Now, they have all built businesses here, but actually what has happened is that European-based firms have continued growing and flourishing, and many coming out of Europe, such as ourselves, and you'll know some more, have built formidable businesses in North America in return. So unlike many other industries where the North American sort of talent-based firms and formats have come to dominate, look at investment banking, for example, private equity is an example where the European base and the European fortress has proven incredibly valuable. And the culture and firm structure that has come out of that has also given us, we believe, and some of our peers, a competitive advantage.